Hello people, it's me Shao Lorgot, and today I'm going to explain what is Molten MCI is, and I also will be explaining what is remnant is. So let's get started. So for those of you that don't know, Molten MCI is basically about what most people want you to think. Molten MCI is basically about how Molten Faye is possessed by the missing children kids, but this is not the case, as Molten MCI is actually about how William Blake's the main for horror animatronics that we see in the Fall Mimi game. Then he uses these endoskeletons and then muscles them down how to combine together and then put these women like souls inside his fun times. But how do we know that? Well, to explain it, we have to just go to FNAF 6. In FNAF 6, this is the first time we learn about what remnant is, and we learn from the blueprints, and we learn that Molten Faye is possessed by what seems to be remnant, and we don't even know or by the time when the first classic book, a book that came out after FNAF 6 explains that William breaks the animatronics and then put their endoskeletons together and then combine their souls and then put her piece of their faster souls inside the fun times. And how we know that happened in the games? Well, in Canada Stories, Maurice tells us, in Canada Stories, it tells us 5 things become one thing. It tells us 5 kittens that was killed by a snake, it was stick together. It tells us by there was 5 keys that the woman is stick together as one. It also tells us about 5 kids that was killed by a burglar, or it will also be stick into one in a coffin. And all of these stories mean something. The 5 keys represents is the endoskeletons. The 5 kittens represents is represents the animatronics and the mascots, and the kids easily represents the missing children themselves. And the other thing that put this out is Henry Speaks, and I will give.
It's only now that I understand the depth of the depravity of this creature, this monster that I unwillingly helped to create, as if what he had already done wasn't enough. He found a new way to desecrate, to humiliate, to destroy. As if the suffering wasn't enough, the loss of innocence, the loss of everything to so many people. Small souls trapped in prisons of my making, now set to new purpose, and used in ways I never thought imaginable. He lured them all back to a familiar place, back with familiar tricks. He brought them all together. Are they still aware? I hope not. It keeps me awake at night.
And Henry also talked about the Fall Mimi game, how William lured the animatronics by using Shao Fetty, and he breaks them animatronics. So yeah. And then Henry also talked about they still where is it basically represents the first closet book how the missing childrens are aware but doesn't know that that William is the Spring Bonnie character, and this basically lost their memories, their flashlight memories.
I could make myself sleep, but not yet. Not until I undo what he has done and heal this wound. A wound first inflicted on me, but then one that I let bleed out to cause all of this. He set some kind of trap. I don't know what it was, but he led them there.
And then he also talked about Shao Fei, how Shao Fei was a trap. And this is also confirming that Shao Fei was helping William. And also the place that that Henry talking about was the safe rooms, the same place that Wayne used to kill these children.
Again, he overpowered them. Again. And he robbed them of the only thing that they had. Again. I don't know how those tiny breaths of life came to inhabit those machines, but they will never find rest now, not like this. I have to call them all back, all of them, together in one place.
So yeah, Henry is clearly talking about the missing children kids. Yes, and some people like to say that the missing children kids was free in FNAF 3, but this is not always the case, as Henry said that he needs to like call them all back, and this is telling that they are still here, like still in FNAF, still there. And Henry, he points out in the fire ending how he tells Charlotte to West along with the others tells us that the missing children kids are still there. Some people think that they are in the Rockstar animatronics, but this is also not the case because the Rockstar animatronics are reason to buy. You don't need them for continuing like the story, and they are obviously not in Henry's plan. And plus, as none of the Rockstar animatronics, except for Lefty, is not in the Sapphire mini games, and meaning that they are obviously not possessed, despite the missing children kids. Yes, and they are obviously not obviously moving around, just like Lefty, who is currently the puppet with Charlotte. So that's why I think who is Molten Faye. Molten Faye is basically possessed by the same missing children kids. And also the Fun Times is also possessed by the same missing children kids as well too. And another thing to talk about is a kind of like a recent one, cause someone someone found like this Easter egg from Ender's mini game from Haunted 2, when they find 4 core FNAF 1 endoskeletons, and it's in like this fire like place. Just like they was in the Fur Closet book. So that could be another evidence to prove why Molten MCI is also true. Now I'm going to talk about what remnant is, and this is like the incident part. So Talbert described remnant in the Fazbear Fight books in the following Fazbear Fight books as like this remnant like such as. He basically just talk about how remnant is basically like haunted metal. Oh, that is basically like the remainder of a soul. So basically, what's inside the scooper is basically like the remnant from the Mr. Chewing Kiss. That the Fun Times also have. Yeah, that's basically what remnant is. Remnant is basically like haunted metal. Oh, and and in the scooper that has this remnant is basically the missing chewing kids. And also another thing, some people believe that the saved them chewings are actually the molten Freddy. But like I just talked about with Henry Speaks, he's in what I just said about the Fur Closet book. It's very likely that it's not also true. And this is why I believe that Molten MCI is also true and also should be as a fact. But make sure you know in the comments what you believe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye everyone.